Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Michael Beebe, and as a part of our collaborative business series, we are hosting Graham Shaffer-Rais of J Hilburn. Good morning, Graham.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, good. So I'm really excited to have this conversation with you. It's super casual, pretty quick conversation just to let people know exactly what you're doing with J Hilburn and how you got into it, what a regular appointment with you looks like. And then as COVID-19 is on everybody's mind and New Hampshire's starting to slowly reopen,
Mm,
what you're doing to make sure that you can keep people safe while still being a resource for the community.
sure.
Yeah, so why don't you just share a little bit about what J Hilburn is and yourself, how you got into it?
So basically, what I do, I enhance the confidence in men through custom made clothing. So I individually carefully curate complete looks and wardrobes that fit a man's body and his personality. So I practice that long lost art of one-on-one attention. So I come to my clients. It's a full concierge service, whether it's their home, whether it's their office. I've set people up in a Starbucks before. I've set people up in an airport before, actually before they jumped on a flight. So I can really do it on the go. I have everything in my one bag, all my measuring tools, all my fabric swatches, everything that I need to basically build the wardrobe of a guy's dreams. So that's really, really exciting because you don't have to go shopping anymore. I save guys time and money while eliminating the need to go shopping anymore. They don't have to leave the comfort of their home. I can do it while they're in their sweats and having morning coffee. I can come over and they can get the nicest, most comfortable, best fitting stuff they've ever had in their life. And that's just really convenient when I'm dealing with busy business professionals. Time is really, really a factor. They really want to be efficient, and it has to make sense. It has to be easy and convenient. And that is everything that we are. So that's how we've really carved out a very interesting niche in the industry.
Yeah, yeah. And how did you get into it?
So kind of a little backstory about my, I guess, heritage, if you will. My great grandfather was the village tailor and clothier in Cyprus. So before he came over to the States, during the war, actually, he was the guy making all the clothes. He was the guy altering all the clothes in Cyprus. And his son, my great grandfather, who lives in Newcastle right now, is 94 years old. He's the most stylish guy I know. He doesn't leave the house without a pocket square. I mean, he's amazing. So it kind of trickled down through that. And it's always been an organic interest of mine. I've always been detail obsessed ever since I was a kid. Growing up playing basketball, I loved the basketball shoes. I loved all the basketball gear. I was just so intrigued by how all the colors and textures and everything worked. And I became obsessed. And this was introduced to me through a friend of mine who was tutoring this woman's kids. She was into the business and she asked him if anyone he knew would be interested. And my friend, knowing how detail obsessed I am and how interested I was in fashion already, he introduced us and it seemed like a really cool opportunity. It seemed like a really interesting and intriguing company. We were just at the forefront of the custom menswear in terms of having it scalable. So I kind of got in, probably 6, 7 years ago now. Excuse me. In the first 2 years, I kind of just dipped my toe in. I was kind of just feeling it out. But once I committed a little bit, it really turned up. I started getting great referrals from some of my clients. I got some really big time clients who I was almost surprised at, but I found that I had a knack for it, and I really really loved providing a fantastic service and product, and they really appreciated the convenience of it, and just my I guess my attention to detail, my willingness to kind of go above and beyond for them. They were like, all right, you're my guy. Like, you guys obviously source from the best mills in the world in northern Italy. These are literally the best mills on the planet. It's outstanding stuff, and they've fallen in love, and they don't have to pay a premium to get really great luxury wear. So that's fun because I can kind of cut out all that retail markup that you're used to having to pay, and you have to still go to them. This way you cut out all those middlemen, so you're getting so much more for your money. The value is absolutely unbeatable.
Yeah, and I think that that custom approach is so important these days, especially because people really get better results when things are more specific for them, whether that's with clothing or with healthcare or with diet or exercise. I mean, anything you kind of think
Absolutely.
about. I think the specificity, it can be really appreciated to get the results that people are looking for. And that's something in our office. So at Arete Chiropractic in Portsmouth here, we also are extremely specific, where we are working with the spine from the top down, and primarily working with headaches, neck pain, and head and neck issues, and really evaluating that cranial cervical junction, or where the head and neck meet, with a 3D imaging model, which is a dental technology that we've taken in chiropractic in the past 10 years and expanded the field of view. And we actually get a 3D image of the head and neck. So we're able to see exactly what's going on with the bony anatomy, so we can correct that alignment, help the biomechanics, which helps that central nervous system function. And every adjustment is like tailored to the person on the table, like using the exact angles of their bones. You know, kind of like when I know my husband has worked with you and absolutely loves the clothes that he's gotten from J Hilburn. And, you know, he's a taller guy, thinner guy. So it's been difficult for him to find off the rack stuff. And again, like those measurements, that tailored approach is just gets better results.
Absolutely. And with him, you guys move a lot. You know, you're stretching over and you're working with somebody physically.
Yeah.
So things have to fit well. They have to look great, but they have to be comfortable. We have a knitted dress shirt, which is something he just got recently. It's actually a wool knitted dress shirt, which is nobody else does that. And that's custom made especially. So he's able to kind of flex and move, and it stretches with him. It doesn't come untucked when he doesn't want it to. It's really intriguing. And I will say, I just got done working with him. I was having neck pain. I was getting headaches, and I don't anymore. You know, we did it. We actually did. It was fairly quick. It was only about 2 months.
Yep.
Went through a program, and it's totally different. I don't have that kind of dull feeling of pain in the morning. Like it was a world of difference. I can tell things are just like functioning better. They just feel more aligned. I feel better. And like I said, without those little bit of headaches and those kind of nagging, you know, I wouldn't say migraines, but they were nagging, you know, they were starting to get annoying. They were starting to get a little more frequent. And it was clear once you guys did those imaging, the images are insane. Like they're like this super
Sci-fi.
detailed cartoon
Yeah.
image. Like it's so weird, but it's so cool. And it was obvious that I was out of alignment. And I was like, well, I guess that's why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. And now I don't feel that way. It's amazing. So it's very, very cool.
Yeah, yeah. And so, Graham, COVID-19 is on everybody's mind. And as we're starting to slowly reopen New Hampshire, talk with me about how your approach can help minimize risk for people and keep people safe while still being a resource for everybody.
Well, right off the bat, the good thing is I'm in kind of their home. I'm in their comfort zone. Um, and it's one-on-one attention. They're not around a bunch of people. It's me and them, and that's it. All I have to do is measure you, and the rest can actually be done virtually. Our back office online is absolutely incredible. And as long as I get all the measurements, we can build everything from there. Every single detail, everything we do, you can do it with me in real time online. But we do virtual appointments even through Zoom. But the website itself is actually really interactive. So I can do everything that way, which is awesome. So I've actually done some deliveries, you know, while this was all going on, and I met people in their driveway, I met people in their mudroom, and we did a quick fit, made sure everything fit right, and I was off and running. So we actually, our shirting manufacturer actually made masks out of some of our shirting fabric. They have a removable filter. I gave Tyler one actually,
Yeah.
and so I can wear those. Being in the finish industry, so I've been in the trades for over 20 years with my father. We do really, really high-end painting and stain work, anything interior inside of a home. So I already wash my hands more than anyone I know. So my hands are raw. Nothing can even live on my hands, basically. So I really take care of it. You know, like I said, I could throw a mask on, we can take the measurements. And honestly, that takes about 20, 25 minutes. We chat about their fit preferences, and the rest of it we can literally do virtually. So
Yeah.
this way, you know, right there, you're already in a better, you know, state. But also, you don't have to go to clothing stores anymore. How many times
Right.
have you tried on clothes that more than one person has probably tried on? So you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to go anywhere. You can leave your little quarantine safe zone. I just come in there, boom, 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 take a few measurements, and I can be out the door. But yes, you can avoid having to go anywhere. You can avoid having to try on clothes ever again because everything's custom made for you in the first place.
Yeah.
But we are definitely taking extra precaution. and able to serve the community and my clients, almost just the same. But the virtual side of it, once you are set up, it's basically point and shoot from that point on. And I take care of all the styling. I have a lot of clients that just, they pick the fabrics, or they ask me to pick the fabrics, and then I can do, you choose all the buttons, you choose all the stitching color, you choose all the little details that we can do. They're like, I trust you. You know my style already. You just take care of it and send it to my house. And
Right.
they're just like, I'm out. It takes them 5 minutes to go shopping. It's incredible. They love it. So
And I can imagine people would really love the idea of not having to go into a department store or an area that
right,
has a lot of high traffic. So that's a
exactly,
great service.
exactly.
And I think everybody's taking a lot of precautions. I know in our office we're sanitizing between each patient, making sure
Mhm.
that PPE is being worn, making sure that we are spacing patient visits out. People can also wait in their car, be called into the office directly for
Mhm.
appointment times. And, we also have a special populations appointment available for people. So if there are people who have immunocompromised or loved ones that are in a higher risk category, they can come in when we're further reducing the people in the office to minimize risk, and doing
Right,
everything we can to make sure that people are safe and feel confident to access the care. Because again, in the healthcare industry, making sure that our bodies are functioning correctly has never been more vital, to try to minimize the risk of some of these comorbidities. And making sure that we are out of pain so that we can be active and move, so we're limiting the risks of cardiovascular disease or obesity. These have never been more in our face than they are right now. And
yeah,
I think it's important that as the businesses in the Seacoast start to slowly reopen, that we kind of get the word out there and let people know that we are here for people, and we're doing everything we can to make sure people are safe and still being available and a resource for the community.
absolutely. Especially as the weather turns, it's like, got to get outside. You got to be able to move. Got to be able to run around. You want to be
Yeah.
healthy.
Exactly. I mean, the vitamin D that you're getting from being outside, the exercise, the increased heart rate, like all these things are vital. And this is like the magic pill that everybody's looking for to really help a body function well and be well and have increased immunity.
Mhm.
That's it. So I hope that everybody does take advantage of the outdoor air safely, and with a proper social physical distancing. And
Yeah.
I think that
You
it's
can
something.
probably tell I've been a little glowed today. I got a little burn yesterday. Joe and I went out on the paddleboard.
Yeah.
So definitely got some vitamin D.
That's good. All right, Graham. Well, I appreciate you taking the time this morning to chat with me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.